Today, I'm diving into a game called Big Ambition. It's all about moving to New York, starting a business, and striving to become a successful. Initially, you are young and have some money, but here's the twist for today's challenge. I will be a 65 years old newcomer to New York. Why 65? In the game storyline, hitting 65 means it's a game over, retirement time. I have added my own set of rules to spice things up. First, I kick off the game at 65, giving myself only 1 year or 365 days to achieve success. Second, I start with $0 in my bank. So it's all about working hard and saving to build my business empire from scratch. And lastly, no loans allowed. I will have to rely on my own money to buy things for my journey. Can I conquer New York and become a successful businessman before retirement? Or will the challenge of the US economic system get the best of me? I kick off the game by creating my character, Old Duh, who is all about success and looking sharp. I spend all my starting cash on a top suit to appear professional. Starting with a whopping $0, I cannot afford a cup of coffee. In this game, money is essential for everything, including food. If I go hungry, my energy plummets, and once it hits zero, I collapse from exhaustion, waking up in the hospital with bills that will push me deeper into the financial abyss. On the hunt for a job, I walk into the nearby supermarket and land an 8-hour gig that pays $200, just enough to grab some food. But there's a catch. The job starts tomorrow. So I'm stuck waiting until morning with nothing to do except sleep on a bench outside the supermarket. Wake up at 7:50 a.m., straight into the supermarket store to start working.
Ready to work.
Serving customers for 8 hours, my stomach's growling, but work is my only distraction. However, my body demands nutrition and I cannot ignore it by working. Eventually, I hit rock bottom on energy and had to call it quits. On the bright side, I earned $180 during my labor. I buy a fresh food and a soda to recharge my energy, allowing me to squeeze in an extra 3 minutes of work, adding $1 more to my pocket. It ain't much, but it's honest work. With the day work is done, I kick back on the bench, waking up every 4 hours due to the back pain. Waking up at 7:44, I spring off the bench and dash straight into the supermarket. I grab some food and instantly eat it while staring at my coworker. Back to work with a full tank of energy and a satisfied food bar. I serve the customer for another 8 hours. Nothing terrible is going to happen today, right? Well, not quite. In this game, if your happiness hits zero, there is a chance that you will have a sad period effect. Currently, there are 2 periods. No leaving the vehicle or home, and in my case, no eating. I am on a 22 hours food ban, but no worries. As long I can get into the building, I can still clock in for work tomorrow. Now, off to sleep on the bench until the morning sun show up. I wake up still with a depression, but at least I have got a full tank of energy to work. Once I have drained my energy working, I buy and gulp down a soda to keep working until the clock runs out. But as soon as my work finish, another depression hits, triggering the no leaving vehicle or home period. It's not a big deal because tomorrow is my day off, so I can cry on my bench as long as I want. After a while, the sad phase has passed. But I can let every day be like this for an entire year. I need a clear purpose to stay motivated. Luckily, today is my day off. So I decided to check a Market Insider app that revealed the exact demand for products in New York. Checking the app, I spot a significant demand for flower and gift in the garment district. Diamonds have a 100 demand in some district, but they are way out of my budget. After checking local wholesale price, I see that a batch of flowers sells for at least $300. So it looks like a flower shop will be my first business. Products that are affordable but can be sold at an expensive price. Now, it's time to check a nearby furniture shop to figure out how much I need to spend to open a flower shop. Here's the breakdown. $900 for a cash register, $470 for a cabinet, $300 for a shopping basket, $1,200 for a round shelf, and $100 for a cleaning station. Adding in the building rent and the cost of one product, I need at least $4,000 to open the flower shop. It is time for some serious saving. In the evening, I head to the local park in the middle of the city, attempting to enjoy the fresh air while battling the inner depression of not having an apartment. An hour on the park bench isn't enough to lift my spirits. Later at night, I return to the bench near the supermarket, my makeshift home for now. Waking up the next day, I stick to the same routine. Get into the supermarket, buy food, eat, work, step out, and then sleep at the bench until the next day. However, there's a new risk looming: depression, and being unable to enter the building, potentially delaying the plan to build the first store even longer. On day 7, after a day of work, I decide to take a step forward to rent the store and name it The Florist. It's a modest start, but the impact is substantial. The move adds the positive effect of having my first apartment and remove the no apartment debuff. I can wake up tomorrow and serve the customer with a brighter smile. The daily cycle repeats: wake up, eat, work, and sleep. I steadily collecting money, inching closer to my goals. As my day off arrives again on Friday, I then run towards the furniture shop to purchase a basket and a cabinet, crossing off essential items for my equipment list. And so begins the long grind and loop of working tirelessly and acquiring new items for the store. I almost forgot to work on day 70 because the repetitive gameplay loop, sleeping, eating, and working. On my day off, I invest in a cash register, and on day 26, I finally purchase the shelf to place in the store. The $89 turned into $69 by midnight. Nice. Now, all that's left is to buy the paper bag and the expensive flower to complete the setup. After days of dedicated money making, I finally have enough to purchase the flower and a paper bag. I even have a spare $100 for tomorrow rent and food. With that, I decide to quit my job at the supermarket and head back to my trusty bench for a night's sleep. Tomorrow is a new chapter with my very own flower shop. Excited to kick off this new chapter, I grab fresh food from the supermarket and enjoy my usual meal. Then it's off to my flower shop to start the day. The store lacks decoration and a fancy floors, so customer first impression aren't good. But hey, they still buy my flowers. Unlike the supermarket job, I'm not sure of the profit I'm making from selling flowers. Usually the game will tell me how much I earn after midnight. So, after closing the shop, I return to my bench and slept until the midnight passed. I got a solid $450 profit from selling the flowers. Amazing! I start working again after breakfast, achieving a personal goal of running one successful business. But in the middle of the day, the shelf ran out of flowers. It seems so many customers wanted to buy flowers, meaning the flower business is in full bloom. So I went back to the wholesale store to buy a new batch of flowers. A month has passed. I have been slowly but steadily upgrading my flower shop, reaching the point where I can afford a cleaning station. Sure, my store lacks fancy wallpaper and a stylish floor, but at least it was clean. With the profit rolling in, I have managed to escape poverty. However, I'm not ready to get too comfortable. The routine of sleeping, working, and restocking is getting boring. To break free from this cycle, I decide to recruit some people to work for me. They can handle the cashier duties, leaving me to relax or explore new business opportunities. There's just one problem. I can do it because, well, I'm stupid. The recruitment department doesn't want people lacking basic management skill in charge of others. I need to enroll in the Manhattan Business School to learn the ropes before they allow me to recruit. On the Sunday, with my store closed, I decided it was time to invest in my education. I enrolled in a class at the business school, shelling out $30 per hour to become a manager. For 10 hours, I sit in front of the computer, absorbing the ins and outs of management until I complete my studies and earn a diploma. With some funds in my bank account, I also managed to treat myself to a single bed, a speaker, and a TV. Wowzer! No more sleeping on the bench and waking up every few hours. Now I can enjoy a full night's sleep without a worry. But despite this improvement, I still find myself in a need of employees. I head to the local recruit office and ask them for a full-time workers. The next day, while buying more flowers, I received a message confirming my 4 new employees. I accept all of them, but suddenly, one managed to duplicate themselves. Talk about sorcery. Not in the mood for dealing with supernatural beings, I decide to fire one of them. To my dismay, both disappeared, leaving me with only 3 employees for my store. Ah well, there goes a $500 investment. I let my remaining employees work while assigning one to train their skills. In this game, having lower customer service means fewer customers visit your store. So I make sure to train them to at least a 50% customer service level. With plenty of time, I can do almost anything. But money remains an issue. I keep steadily collecting money from flower sales, and I'm finally able to afford a fridge. No more back and forth trips to the supermarket for breakfast. I tried to hire one more employee to keep my store open 24 hours. However, they sent me a lazy employee who only wanted to work for 5 days. This is unacceptable. I am not accepting laziness. You have to work hard to earn money, not the other way around. The days fly by as I manage my first business. Now, I can afford to buy a second shelf, offering both expensive and cheaper flowers in my store. The income is steadily increasing, and with one more employee joining, I have more free time every day. With enough income, I can finally decorate my store, putting an end to customer complaint about ugly walls and floor. It's now look like a proper flower shop. The time has come to expand. While my current living situation is more sustainable, there is a goal to achieve in this video. I must enlarge my business as much as possible before age 66. I am determined to build my companies and spread them throughout the city. It's a quest for a revenge, a way of showing my dislike for capitalism by opening more and more stores. But first, I need to hit the books again. I admit I still not the sharpest tool in the shed and need a big brain to open another business. So I dive into my studies repeatedly until my brain is filled with extra knowledge. I also struck a delivery contract deal, eliminating the need to restock my flower shop manually. Now armed with many times, I embarked on building. Before officially opening my new shop, I decided to rent an office to establish my presence in the city. I create the HQ, and the first edition is a headhunter.
G'day!
No more need to visit recruitment centers and shell out thousands of dollars. The headhunter will now search for recruit on my behalf, and it won't cost me $1. I invest in the equipment for my office, table, computer, chair, and telephone, so my headhunter can get to work. Once the recruiter finds my headhunter, I train him until his skills are 100%. Alongside that, I decide to purchase the cheapest car to get around without relying on taxi. Even though my driving skills are, well, not great, not terrible. On day 56, I open my new gift shop, bringing shelves to set up my second store. I purchase gift supplies and move my personal items to the new location, preparing to work there. Day 57 marks the official opening of Gifda, a store that sells both expensive and cheap gifts, while the owner sleeps in the back room. With the flower shop experiencing higher demand, my shop is running out of stock before the delivery can be replenished. To streamline the operation, I secure more contracts for both the flower shop and gift shop, eliminating the need for frequent trips to the wholesale store. On day 62, my headhunter reached enlightenment. His skill level allowed me to specify the exact kind of employee I need for my store. People with shop management experience seeking full-time employment to utilize their free time, open to any workdays and shift, and committed to working diligently for my company every day. Unfortunately, since it's the weekend, he won't work as my office is closed. I'm stuck waiting until Monday for him to fetch me some employee. Monday evening finally arrived, and eager employees are ready to join my company. I hired 4 more people and set them to work in my gift shop. Like my flower shop, the gift shop operates 24 hours a day, bringing in more money every night. But it's never enough. With 2 stores to manage, it's time to establish my own warehouse and logistics. No more deals with contract delivery fees. I recruit my office workers, setting up the best workspace with tables and computers to ensure maximum efficiency. Additionally, I allow my driver to use my car for deliveries, streamlining the logistic process for my business. After collecting more money, it's time to move to my newly rented apartment, complete with my personal computer. I can even start a YouTube channel if I want. After a 5 hours gaming session that make my hand a bit stiff, it makes me happy again. In fact, I am so happy that I can even do pull-ups without using my hands. Later, I invest in a new van, so my driver no longer has to use my car. Now capable of transporting goods to up to 3 stores. You know what that means, right? Time to open another store. However, there's not a lot of demand for any specific product, and I want to fully utilize international shipping without hiring another purchasing agent. Since the demand for flower is still strong, I moved the flower shop to a bigger florist on the larger side of the road. After setting it up, I hired 4 more people to work as cashier for this brand new shop. I purchased more shelves and moved them from the old shop to the new one at midnight. The following night, the income increased once again. However, a question lingers. What's to become of the old shop? Selling it? Nah. I decided to transform it into a liquor store, a place where the drunk people often go to make their purchase. From beer to cigar, wine to whiskey, I sell it to boost my profit. With more money, I decided to take a bold step and open a big hairdresser. It requires a big investment in equipment and employees, so if this venture fails, I might be screwed. Now, with a lot of employees to take care of and train, I hired 2 HR managers while also applying for health insurance, one with a gold plan and the other with a silver plan. During a visit to the hospital, I noticed a different room with a doctor named Mr. Trinity. Curious about the offer, I asked about a treatment called extended warranty. It turns out that a treatment can reverse the aging process. The injection can revert 10 years of body age, feeling young and active again. Now, I don't need to worry about retiring. I can buy this treatment to keep reducing my age. But there's a catch. It requires a whopping $1 billion. And I certainly don't have that kind of money. I settled that retirement is no longer my goal. I want that young treatment, whatever it takes, as long as it is not crossed with the rule challenge. I may not have enough money now, but I know that by expanding my business, I can earn more and eventually afford that injection. The business must grow. I open new shop, hiring more people to work in them. I carefully adjust their schedule to optimize efficiency. I earn more money. The business must grow. I open more shops, balance the supplies by using Google Excel. More money poured in. The business must grow. I open a new business. It is not doing well. I close it down and open another profitable new shop instead. The business must grow. Every day I open new business, buy new furniture, buy a nice car, hiring more employees, carefully adjust each business supplies, and crash my car. My income keep growing and growing until I am too tired to record because half of my footage is just me opening new shops. The gameplay loop is intense, but the business must grow. Then it hit me. Even now, I have $300,000 income per day. It is never going to be enough. I have expanded my business around the city where each district has my business standing. A small business building to a big business building. But it will never be enough. Now I am facing an existential crisis. Why I am working so hard when, in the end, it's impossible to achieve my goal? Maybe retirement is unavoidable. There is no other way to earn money beyond business and loans, right? No. There is one more method to earn more money quickly. While wandering around the pier, I noticed a small booth selling tickets for a casino boat, but it only operates on Friday. For a cost of $5,000, you can ride the boat, taking you to the international water where you can gamble without any interference from the police. Here you have slots, blackjack, and roulette, each with its own risks and reward for making money. I want to earn money fast, but also avoid risking a financial downfall. They say go big or go home, but I prefer to say go big or go reload your less safe. Initially, I struggled with my bets, even running out of money. However, after deciding to go big, I start raking in loads and loads of cash. Time moves fast when you are on a winning streak, and by 5 a.m., the boat must return to the harbor. They cut off my gambling session, probably aware of my winning streak. But no need to worry, I earned a whopping $86 million, multiplying my previous saving by almost 15 times. I wisely invest my winning into a portfolio to avoid negative interest on Monday. Now, I have a new daily routine. Wake up, eat, build new business, adjust supplies for each store, and then sleep. When Friday at 6 p.m. rolls around, I head to the harbor to take the boat for another round of gambling. I secured another $18 million and then another $18 million. With this rate of winning, I can surely afford that young serum in no time. But sometimes, those gambling days get tough. My luck starting running out. I lose more money than I win, leading me to load the save files repeatedly. This 1 hour of footage is just me gambling, reloading if I lose, and repeating the cycle. Frustrated with blackjack, I decide to try roulette. At first, I have no idea how much I could win by putting in on one number. I keep putting numbers over and over again until jackpot. 340 million for winning once. This will be my new favorite gamble. No longer relying on strategic thinking for blackjack, I switched to roulette, opting for random numbers and hoping for the best. By the end of the trip, I doubled my money just by winning twice in roulette. Now, all I need to do is continue with my routine and then dive into gambling once Friday comes again. I split my money into different investment portfolios. Initially, it didn't seem promising, but on the last bet, I hit the jackpot again. Shortly after, my bank account swelled to $615 million. Now, I can finally afford that young injection. I swiftly returned to the harbor, ready to board my car. Out of the way, people. I need to go to the hospital. I don't care about the condition of my car. I need to reach the hospital. Upon arrival, I ran into the doctor rooms, cashing out my investment portfolio and finally purchasing that 1 billion injection. I spent a day resting in the hospital, and there it is, the transformation. My face is no longer old. I am now 10 years younger than before. I have dodged the need to retire even longer. Now I can run with more energy, free from the worry of impending retirement. I'm ready to grow my business empire even bigger, perhaps even take over New York under my command. There's nothing that can stop me now. Thankfully, death by crashing is not in the game. I can still grow my business empire, but there's no longer a need to rush. Successfully avoiding retirement by 10 more years is quite an accomplishment. It took me only half a year to get this far, from an old man with no money to a successful businessman, and I believe it's the best place to conclude this challenge. Anyway, it's interesting to see what happens when you play as the old people with no money at the start, avoiding loans and slowly increasing your profit, expanding your business one step at a time. It's like a small lake leading its way to a river, and with the huge help of an excavator, finding its path to the ocean. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I see you in the next video.